Just wait for people to come in here. All right, so sorry for abandoning the last stream. I have nobody in here right now. So we'll just go ahead and chill, wait for people to jump in. Hopefully they come back. I had a phone call to answer. Sorry about the interruption. We'll go ahead and spark up this fat fucking joint. Much love to everybody that's gonna watch this in the future. Much love to all the growers out there in the cannabis community. Much love to the smokers out there in the cannabis community. Much love to the dabbers out there in the cannabis community, and much love to the people who don't even smoke out there in the cannabis community. What's up, True Patriot? My bad. I was just chilling, waiting here for some of you guys to come back in. Appreciate you coming back in. I just had an important phone call to answer. And then I rolled up this nice fat big head for us, as the Jamaicans like to call out there in Jamaica. Roll up a big head spliff. Well, actually, it's a joint. It's not a spliff. Yeah. So, I mean, since you're here, I'll just go ahead and spark up this joint for us. And then hopefully a couple more people will come in, and then I'll continue my story about you guys are going to want to hear this, trust me. I'll continue my story about when I was driving. My brother was driving me in his car in a little hatchback that was standard. Okay, so we'll spark up this big head real quick. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Oh, yes, the good stuff. All right, now that I'm nicely medicated, I'll continue this story. The strain is the Cheezel. My Cheezel I've been growing that crossed. I had original cheese crossed with the diesel, and so they call it the cheesel. Yes, it is good. It's nice and smooth, and it has a fruity taste to it. And then it bangs you on the way out, kicks you right in the lungs as it comes out. All right. So I'd say about 5, 6 years ago, somewhere around there, my brother ended up scoring this hatchback. Okay. This nigga took me to go cruise around the area and to show off to me that he can drive standard. Okay. So I ended up riding passenger seat with him, sitting on a crate because we had no chairs, and I had the bong and weed, and I was taking bong rips where we were just driving. So this nigga has a hat, okay? He wears a hat, whatever. So we're driving, and this nigga sticks his head out the fucking window, and his hat flies off, okay? There's no traffic on the road, no nothing, so we would jump off to the other lane. As we jump off to the other lane, we see a car coming from far, okay? So he decides, instead of turning around, we're just gonna reverse in the other lane and go in that direction. So that's what he did, okay? Mr. fucking stunt driver wannabe. Nah. I love my brother. This nigga ended up this nigga ended up going into somebody's front yard, ran over a telephone pole that was laying on the ground. Well, first of all, he ran over a transmission that was laying on the ground, okay? His transmission was on the ground. He ran it over. Boom, boom, boom. His car kept going over it, okay? And we ended up the back end on a telephone pole that was laying there for who knows how long. And so the car wouldn't start, okay? We're sitting in this lady's fucking yard, and she's like coming up to the door. And then I'm like, oh shit, nigga, we gotta call our cousin, like he's gonna come pull us out. That's the only way. Look at your transmission, it's out there. He was like, oh shit, my transmission. I was like, yeah, nigga, you didn't feel that shit come out. We ran that shit over. But it wasn't even his transmission. It was just a random ass transmission. So he tried to start it. I was like, fuck. We're not going to get out of this situation. The other car's coming from down the road. A lady's about to come out the house. And boom, the thing starts up. Oh, fuck, guy. My fucking adrenaline just kept going. I was like, go, go, go before the lady comes. And then, because we didn't want her to call the cops, I had a bong in my fucking lap. We just ran over her fucking yard and, like a telephone pole we were on top of and shit. And made big tire tracks in her yard and shit. And, he stomps the gas. What? Fucking tires are spinning. Nigga, we're sitting on the frame on top of the telephone pole, on the frame in front of the tires. So it's rear wheel drive, so we can't go nowhere. The tires are just free spinning in the air. Bah! I was like, oh shit, nigga, we ain't going nowhere. I looked back and the tires are spinning. I couldn't open my door because we were kind of in the bushes, so I just jumped out of the window. Real quick, jumped out of the window, went to the back, looked at the situation. I stood on top of the fucking telephone pole. I picked up the car with two hands, okay? The back end of the fucking hatchback. I pick it up. Boom, I lift it up waist high. I'm like, okay, go. And the wheels start spinning. Wham! I was like, oh, wait, stop. I was like, I gotta put you down somewhere else. So I set myself up better, okay? I lift the fucking thing with one hand, the whole back end of the car. I lift it up with one hand and I scoot it over, rah, boom, and I set it down off the telephone pole. And then I was like, "Hey, go!" And then he went, boom, fucking boom, we're out of there. The lady's already walking up to the car. "Oh, excuse me, excuse me." And then we're like, "Oh shit, sorry, fucking my brother didn't know what he was doing. We ended up in your car, in your yard, and blah blah blah." And then the man pulled over, and he was like, "Oh, what happened? You guys okay? I saw you roll off the road and blah blah blah." And then we were like, "Yeah, it's all good." And the lady was like, "Oh, you ran over in my yard. Look at the tire tracks." And we were like, "Oh, sorry." And then we was like, "Oh, we'll take your transmission for you if anything." And so we ended up taking the transmission for her, took it to the dump, and we fucking went back home. Okay? My brother was tripping out. He was like, "How did you lift up the car?" I was like, "What the fuck do you mean, how did I lift up the car? That shit is light as fuck." And then he was like, "No, it's not. That shit is fucking heavy." He was like, "Look, I can't even lift it up." He went back there and tried to lift it up. He couldn't even fucking lift it up. I was like, "What? Nigga, watch. Look how light this shit is." And I fucking went over there and I tried to go lift it up. And I couldn't even get it off the fucking, the ground, the shocks. I couldn't. Man, when I lifted that fucking car up, I lifted it up over my fucking waist. And then when we went back to the house, I couldn't lift it up. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't lift it up. It was weird. I don't know how to explain it. But, shit happens. But much love to everybody out there in the chat. True Patriot. Much love. Randy Gatson has gone live and he's going to do a live auction for the chalices. So swing on over there for those who want to try to win a chalice. Maybe after I'll jump back on. Much love and aloha aina. Peace, y'all.